guys, Corsair here. Today we're going to be making a long-ass tier list of all of the Rush Royale units and heroes in the game. Legendaries specifically. But we're going to be making this tier list. The first unit we're going to go from bottom to top. First unit, Monkey, B tier. It is a Pantheon unit, so of course it's going to be B tier. It's going to get a little boost. If it weren't Pantheon, I'd probably put it in C tier or D tier. After the couple of nerfs, after the absolute, nerf hammer it got from 12 units merging to get a rank up to 25 and the damage boost being nerfed, yeah, that killed Wukong. Did 1 trillion damage. Every Pantheon unit does 1 trillion damage because it's just Wallet Warrior Royale. But it's only used with Necro. It should be only used with Necro. Any other hero, such as Sim, is not going to provide enough value for it. Because it's a 1-unit deck, and 1-unit decks are specifically for Necro. So, that's just my take on it. Wukong, B tier, not bad unit. Witch is going to be A tier, in my opinion. It's good in Aggregaton. It's meta in Aggregaton. Every, Witch deck is meta in Aggregaton. Witch is good with Robot. Witch is good with Valkyrie. It's good with Wukong. And speaking of Wukong below her, because Wukong is mid. Hold on 1 second. Thought I was about to sneeze. But in PvP, Cruel Joke is useless unless you're running Minnow Toxic. But it should only be used with, if it's a damage amplifier, you want to use it with Lucia, which we'll cover in later. But, yeah. Witch, A tier. Use the Circle of Curses talent if you're running the Cruel Joke. I mean, if you're running both sides, I would run Circle of Curses anyhow. But I don't have a wallet, so I can't get that talent. Shaman. It's terrible in Aggregaton. It's terrible in PvP. It's only used as co-op, and that's it. It's basically garbage. Practically useless, I would say. It's not even used in endless co-op meta. Shaman is completely garbage, completely useless. I don't know why people use it. Probably because they have a rock in their head. But anyway, that's Shaman for you. Valkyrie. I use Valkyrie a lot for trophy pushing because it's literally the only thing I can use. A tier. Fury of the Fallen with Lucia. It isn't bad. Fury of the Fallen, I would say, is the worst talent. I would go the leaders. The leaders are statistically and way better than the Fury of the Fallen. If you want to use Fury of the Fallen and leaders, I would use the more units. I mean, you can run the Piercing Spear if you want for more single target. But just in my general opinion, if you want to use Valkyrie, you can use it with Zeus. You can use it with Mermaid. The primary heroes that you can use it with are Mermaid, Zeus, and Lucia. Sim, literally, with everybody because he's a literal wallet warrior machine. He's a literal machine as well. He's the butler for my game, so he does whatever they say. Be as wallet warrior as possible, and then, greed for company profits. Anyway, Valkyrie A tier. My boy Sea Dog. I'm sorry to say this, you're a D tier. I used to love Sea Dog, literally. I've been, my last username was the Sea Dog King, because, Zeno and Nova because I showed off a game where I won with Sea Dog against a level 9 Valkyrie. I don't know how I won that game, but yeah, that was like, it is my first level 9 unit on this account. I did it as a joke, and randomly I actually won a couple games with it, so Sea Dog DPS, but Sea Dog just isn't there anymore. He's pretty garbage now. He used to be one of the best units in the game for Toxic. He's a Toxic DPS, so he's pretty much only used for his Ghost Pirates now. In Aggro-Geddon, he's pretty much almost useless anymore. Yeah, Sea Dog. There you go. It's my take on Sea Dog. Twins. Pample. I'm gonna be completely honest. Twins isn't as bad as you think. I think Twins is the worst out of the 5 Pantheon units. Because, for one, you have Wukong with Necro. I mean, granted, yes, it has that Harmony of Destruction and an R3, but that's it. Like, I can beat a level 11 Twins with a level 9 Corsair. So that just shows how weak the Twins are right now. Twins are pretty niche. I think Twins, in my opinion, you can use it with Mermaid and Fortuna, but that's pretty much it. That's what you want to use it with. Lucia is not an option. Yeah, the primary heroes you want to go for Twins are Mermaid, Fortuna, Zeus if you want to. I mean, it's not really going to work out. Sim, obviously, because he's broken as shit. But, yeah, we'll cover the legendary heroes in the last part of this video. Next is going to be for Alex Zeppo, or whatever his name is. I think Treant is a B tier, low B tier. I just think Treant in Random League is like his best point. Treant isn't bad, its scaling isn't bad. You primarily want to use the Ouroboreal Guard instead of the Mycelium Masters. Yes, I know. Crazy. The Ouroboreal Guard, I think, gives you more critical damage at tier 4. I played with Mr. Crack. Shout out to Mr. C, bro. But we both played Treant. He played Truffle Trapper, Night Statue with Sim and Treant. And I was running Kobold, Scrapper, Gunslinger, Trapper. And obviously the Kobold won. I think it was due to the Gunslinger, because the Gunslinger's so broken right now. I mean, like, come on. Like, you can't use a deck with that Gunslinger. I mean, there are decks that do, like, hundreds of billions without Gunslinger, but, like, with Gunslinger, you're doing, like, trillions. So, like, it doesn't matter. Alex Zeppo's deck is the Masters Tournament. I think he needs to change it to Gunslinger, Scrapper, Trapper, Statue instead of Harley. I think it's Harley, Triad, or Summoner. Trapper, Sword. Sword is garbage right now. Sword is only used in that Inquis Toxic deck, in which it's not really that. It's not good without Necro. That's the thing. It's a very pay-to-win deck. If you used it with, like, Amari, you're going to lose. Just in my general opinion. But Treant is B tier. Its cleansing is pretty much almost useless because it doesn't cleanse anything. I mean, it's a tree. It can clean itself somehow. But defoliation is better. You want to use Treant with Sim, Fortuna, or Lucia. I mean, not Lucia, because of it building too slow, so use it with, like, Zeus, or a Sim, or a Fortuna. Mermaid if you want to. I mean, it covers multiple units. epic heroes can only reach like 100 billion damage, and legendary heroes can reach like 1 trillion. So, epic heroes are nothing compared to legendary heroes. Alright. That's Treant. Get your dumb ass back up there. Alright, Tesla. Schmitty. And all the people that use Tesla. A tier. I think Tesla's A tier, in my opinion. Tesla's scaling, if you can scale it with like a cold, not statue, no statue. Statue, in my opinion, is garbage. I don't like it. You can use statue if you want and deal like only about 30 billion. Or you can use kobold and deal like 70 to 80 billion with an epic hero. But anyway, its scaling is good. Its weakness is that people use it with supercharge. You can use it with like Zeus, Lucia, Fortuna, and a mermaid. If you want to use it with Gadget, Gadget, it's mid. It's a mid hero. I don't like Gadget. Gadget, in my opinion, is a mid hero. Its damage buff is kind of mid. Its attack speed buff is relying on its level 10 ability. If she had her golden tiles inherently, then instead of it being locked behind a paywall, but Tesla A tier scales really well. It builds slow, but once you get it to like tier 7 and tier 8, it starts shooting on you. Yeah, Tesla, really good unit right now in the meta. Tesla's pretty good. I would say it's A tier. Most people would probably say it's B tier. But I think it's an A tier. Trapper. It has been this since the dawn of time. Our first S tier unit. Trapper is a damage buff. It is an armor. It gives armor to the Phantom, which is ridiculous. It gives more crit damage if you go to one side, and more damage the other side, and you can trigger double traps and just do like a crap ton of damage. Like, it's basically a deterrent for damage. If you have a lot of like damage, is this my fucking god, I hate this shit. At least you get to see my struggles. But S tier Trapper has been S tier for the longest time. It's slow. It has armor reduction. It can lock and boss abilities, which is really good. Locking boss abilities is really like a Harley thing as well. A Banshee thing, but Banshee's kind of mid or kind of almost trash. Trapper, on the other hand, can lock bosses together and stun them and prevent them from using their abilities for like a few seconds. Which, if you use the Trapper ability in the boss, it'll give armor to the boss. But for people using Trapper, stop using it on the bosses. Use it on the Phantom. It will give you way more damage, and it will give you way better bosses to send. Yeah, use Trapper on the Phantom, and you'll be destroying people. That's my take on Trapper. S tier, pretty good. I love Trapper. Summoner. Underrated unit. It's used in that Inquis Toxic deck with multiple summoning. It grants a critical damage buff. Grants a regular damage buff as well. it can reduce your mana cost or be an asshole and increase the mana cost for your opponent. And then it can give you more units on your field. It can save you a lot of mana. I've used Summoner a lot, and it grants you a lot more mana than you realize. And Aggro-Geddon, it's okay. The reduction in attack speed isn't that bad to deal with if you have cleansing. Literally any negative effect isn't bad, except for like Bedlam and excuse me. Except for Bedlam and Assassin and Monkey King and Grandmaster. That pretty much every negative effect pretty much can almost be cleansed. Except for like rank downs or like total destruction of a unit. But yeah, that's my take on Summoner. Summoner is an underrated unit. Should be used a little more. It's used with twins. It's used with that Inquis Toxic deck. It's not a bad unit. Next unit, Truffle. Everybody's gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it too. S tier, newest support in the game. I'm not even gonna explain this. It's basically a mime and a gift modifier on steroids. It gives damage. It gives cleanse. Literally, the cleanse is why it's almost way better than every other support in the game. Just with that alone. A support that cleanses your unit is absolutely broken. Because literally, you can get away with everything. Even though it's like a 40% chance to cleanse, right? That is still broken as hell. Inherently broken. Genuinely the most broken support in the game. You can use Cordyceps and merge with anything, like a summoner or a witch, which is base. Cordyceps is what people use all the time with witch. It's used in literally every single deck in the game, pretty much. Every single top deck in the game is using Truffle, and that's just how broken it is. That's my take on Truffle. Absolutely broken unit. I hate you, Moloch. S tier. Can't. Okay, these are just a few sentences I'm going to say about it. It's inherently broken right now because literally it can shoot shit at you and you can't even block it with a flicker. You can't block it. Shields against this guy, absolutely impossible. The Legion, even worse. It does way more damage than a max legendary at level 11. That is just ridiculous. Like with max support and a level 11 Moloch, Mike shows you, it can do 35 billion with a level 11. That's just absolutely busted and broken. And I hope they nerf this thing into the ground. Wukong is the same too, but yeah, that's my take on Moloch. Absolutely broken DPS unit, should be nerfed immediately. They're not going to because they want their money. Bard. That new perk for it helped it a little bit. I'm going to put it in low V tier. Particularly because the Bard perk helps it out a little bit. People say use it with Statue. I say use it with Cobalt because, I mean, it scales way better with Cobalt. Statue doesn't scale that much after 30 stacks of Statue. After 30 stacks of Statue, it's not that great. With Cobalt, you can scale all the way up to 320% and keep going and keep scaling and keep going and going and going and have a critical damage buff, but we'll talk about that later. But Bard, not a bad unit. Could be better. Needs a buff. Oh no. Hi, Riding Hood. Will this work? Alright, Riding Hood. C tier. It's almost worse than most of the legendary units in the game. Riding Hood needs a buff desperately, or a reincarnation of something. Something! Because Riding Hood is, like, in the dirt right now. Like, Riding Hood is not that great. Of course, the ideal hero with this, Zeus, and surprisingly Necro. If you want to go for one Riding Hood, with Necro. Necro is inherently broken, should be nerfed. And so should every single broken legendary hero in the game. But, you know, Zeus and Fortuna just got buffs, which just makes the Warriors even happier, because they get to shit on us even more. But anyway, Riding Hood grants armor reduction, grants an attack reduction. Alpha Wolf is way better, clearly better, in every single way, shape, and form. The Cleanse talent, or the other talent, I don't know what the other talent is, but Alpha Wolf cleansing and the Scarecrows with the armor reduction is what you run with Riding Hood. Riding Hood isn't that great right now. If it gets buffed, it'll be a little better. But yeah. Kitty won't leave me alone. Anyway, Riding Hood, not that bad. Could be better. Yeah. Phoenix, same boat as Riding Hood. Same boat as Riding Hood. Phoenix is right now comparatively almost completely useless. It used to be the best, or like the third best unit in the game. And then once it got out of Pantheon, it turned completely useless. And it's not used anymore. But, don't waste your money on Phoenix unless you want it buffed. Phoenix isn't a great unit. If you really want to use Phoenix, go ahead, waste over $500 on the unit. I don't care. But Phoenix right now isn't in a great spot. Phoenix should be buffed soon. I hope they buff it. It's lacking in damage. That's all I can say for Phoenix. Next unit, Stasis. One word. Utterly useless. 2 words, sorry. That's all I have to say for Stasis. Utterly useless. It's just useless. Mr. C. Say hi to Robot. I'm gonna put him in B tier. High B tier. The 1 unit Robot is the best Robot. All I can say for Robot is use the 1 unit talent with Necro, and you'll be doing so much damage. Necro carries damage so hard. I mean, like, it's Necro, bro. Necro's broken. We'll get to the heroes after the units, but yeah, Necro is inherently broken, but Robot does a lot of damage. It's pretty good unit, I would say. The only damage it really has is its laser. Once it hits, like, a critical hit with the laser, it does a lot of damage. I mean, it does a lot of damage anyhow, but Robot, pretty good unit right now. I have no trouble going against it. It's a pretty decent unit right now in the meta. Robot's pretty good. B tier. Scrapper. I use this a lot. I'll put him in like low B tier, maybe in the middle of B tier, I don't know. But where do I put him? I think I'll put him like right here. Scrapper isn't bad. I could say it's like mid. It is mid. It's Scrapper. I mean, it provides armor break and it gives board control. It takes a lot of mana to use. A lot of mana. But if you can work with Scrapper, Scrapper's a pretty good unit. Pretty balanced unit, I would say. Nothing broken about Scrapper. Sword. I hate Sword. I don't like Sword. It's going in C tier. Swords genuinely are garbage. They're a damage buff, yeah. I mean, nobody's using the red. Nobody's using the red side for any damage. They're just using the blue. Because they don't keep a red sword for extra damage. That's what they don't realize. They just go for the speed, and speed doesn't equal more damage. It just means, like, more attack speed. But, go the red swords. Trust me. The growing supremacy. People leave out the 1% damage buff for the red sword. And I think that the max red swords could give a little bit more damage. Like, you could have it max buff, and then you'll have a bunch of red swords, and it'll be doing a lot more damage. I mean, same with the blue swords. I mean, you can do both. Like, 7% more damage, 7% more speed. But, I don't like sword. I never have, and I never will. Takes up too much space. Minnow. Minnow is A tier. It's pretty good right now. Ever since they buffed it, that Minnow stall deck is everywhere. And it's beating, like, R3 Mulligs. Like, it's that broken right now. I could have put it in S tier. Minnow in Random League was crazy, bro. Minnow in Random League was like one of the best decks in Random League, and now they're banning it for the next one. But I think Minnow, this is just my opinion. This list is just my opinion. But I think Minnow is A tier. The percent damage with Armageddon and PvP and just stalling out the bosses infinitely and killing them is, like, genuinely time-consuming. You're just waiting for your death at this point. Like, you're doing as much damage as you can, but you're just waiting for your death. But Minnow, stall decks, and Minnow in general, A tier. Monk. Equilibrium Monk is trash. Blessing Monk is better. B tier. Equilibrium Monk. Stop using Equilibrium. I know. You can be lazy and just click ability and have a rock in your head. But trust me. Blessing is better. Blessing is 10 times better than Equilibrium. Like, way better. And I'm not joking either. Like, you could probably have them 1v1 each other, and Blessing Monk will win because it has better scaling and does way more damage. You can use it with Necro. Monk Vampire is a thing too, and it does, like, a lot more damage as well. But Monk Necro, the perk, the pay-to-win Wallet Warrior perk, does a lot of damage. Blessing is just crazy damage. But that's my take on Monk. Meteor. I'm sorry, Meteor. I love this unit. It's going in the D tier. I love Meteor. Meteor is a cool deck to play. It's not used at all. Minotaur Meteor is a thing. But, Bull-Eyed is not really that used anymore. Ever since Legendarity came into the game and killed the game pretty much, or almost killed the game. The game is just becoming more and more and more Wallet Warrior based. But Meteor is not bad for free to play. Meteor is not that bad early. If you want to have the satisfaction of nuking a boss in one shot and getting stacks for it. But Meteor takes a lot of brain cells to play. That's what I like about it. It actually takes your prefrontal cortex to play it. Instead of being like Equilibrium Monk and just clickability and have a rock in your head. But that's my take on Meteor. Nothing to say about him. Twilight Ranger. She got kicked out of Pantheon. I think she's low B tier. Maybe a little higher. A little higher than B tier. She's like above Monk. Twilight Ranger Necro is still a thing. Twilight Ranger Necro is mid at this point. It's not a Pantheon unit anymore. It used to be. And it used to have a glitch where with Lucia, if you absorbed one of them and then merged another, it would give double stacks of what it was supposed to. And that did like over 500 trillion damage or something like that. It was ridiculous. Like 300,000 Twilight Rangers stacks was nuts back in the day with that glitch. Now it's gone, and Twilight Ranger is still ass. Well, it's not ass. It's mid. Twilight Ranger is a pretty good unit. And most people don't know how to use it. But, yeah, that's my take on Twilight Ranger. Clock. F tier. Nothing to say about Clock. It's just a speed reduction. Kobold, let's go all the way to the top. Best support in the game. Genuinely the best support in the game. Kobold is an obvious S tier. Has 3 reincarnations that make it even better, such as percentage damage, mana, and a stun for bosses when you put it in the mines. It also scales infinitely. Statue scales infinitely, but its scaling is so garbage, it's not usable. People say Statue is better than Kobold. No, it's not. Not by a mile. Statue is way worse than Kobold. Literally every top 10 deck is using Kobold. Every deck is almost using Kobold because of how inherently insane it is still. They nerfed it twice. They nerfed its scaling twice. People say it's in comparison with Night Statue. No, it's not. You don't see a top deck of the Statue. You see a top deck of the Kobolds. And a legendary hero. But that's my take on Kobold. Absolutely broken unit. Buy it before you can. Inquiz. Inquiz, in my opinion, is trash. In this meta, though, I would say it's high B tier. Inquiz is high B tier. People are going to disagree with me because they goon to Inquisitor, but Inquisitor, this meta isn't bad anymore. Its perk is still Wallet Warrior subscription, but overall, Inquiz is not that bad, but it just falls off in damage quick, and with Statue, it doesn't scale that well. It just scales its speed and its crit and damage, and that's it. Like, and it clogs up the board, too. But Inquiz left side, or I think that's Night of Light, isn't it? I don't know. The Darkness is mainly the better one. The Night of Light is useless, but it's my take on Inquiz. Inquiz isn't a bad unit anymore. Hex, useless. I don't like it. It's only good for co-op. This is a PvP tier list. Oh, Night Statue. Where am I gonna put you? I'll put you in B tier. Statue. People say Statue is better than Kobold. Absolutely not. It is not better than Kobold because it, first of all, it clogs up your board. With Kobold, you can have more units and it'll be a full board buff instead of it being like a unit based, like it being next to units to buff it. It's just like Witch and Banner, but Statue is mid. I don't like it. I'll never like it. Next, Genie. Genie isn't bad. I'll give it B tier. A lot of units are in B tier. Put it like above Bard. Genie. I love Genie. Genie is fun to play. It's not bad. Its reincarnations are mid. But, I mean, the reincarnations are not that bad. Genie overall, pretty good beginner unit. It's pretty easy to play. There's a lot of things you can learn with it. But Genie overall, not a bad unit. Next, Harley. A tier. You get it in the very beginning of the game, too. Harley can be used with a lot of decks, particularly merge decks. Harley's been around since the beginning of time, just like some of these other units as well. But Harley has been there since the beginning. And, Harley's not that bad. It's pretty good right now. Harley is really strong. Its crit bonus and damage bonus and mana bonus isn't that bad. But Harley gets kind of outclassed by Truffle. People use Harley Truffle with twins. But Harley Witch, mainly when I use. Harley is literally like a staple unit to use. Like, it's a core element of the game. Harley provides board control. If you're stuck, it provides a lot of units with Summoner. With Witch, it can copy the witches and make your Witch go faster in building. But, yeah, Harley overall, good support unit. really, like, one of the best in the game. Gunslinger. Do I even want to say it? S tier. It can move your shit around. It has armor destruction, critical damage bonus, it can cleanse itself, and it can move stuff around. And it pairs very well with Kobold. Kobold with Gunslinger. Literally the top combination. Literally, if you have Gunslinger, you're going to be pumping out way more damage than a deck without Gunslinger. Gunslinger is literally one of the top 3 best supports in the game. Gunslinger, really strong. It's also a staple in pretty much almost every deck now. Gunslinger, without Gunslinger, like, you're pretty much almost doing no damage. I mean, you can use decks that don't have Gunslinger and do similar damage, but Gunslinger just scales way better than most supports in this game. Yeah, Gunslinger has critical damage bonus, as a DPS version, but just like Sword, but Sword is bad, Statue's mid, Gunslinger's the best. Or one of the best, not the best. I mean, technically it is the best support, considering it's used in most of the decks in the game. So, technically, maybe Gunslinger's the best. Fucking Moloch, I swear to God. I'm gonna kill myself. Not literally, not literally. I'm just using it as a figure of speech. Of frustration. Yeah, Gunslinger, the best support unit, in my opinion. Frankie! What you doing, Frankie? Why aren't you going, you stupid fucking... Frankie, A tier. Frankie with Demonologist is really strong. Frankie's like one of the best units in the game, particularly because it's Pantheon. But, yeah, Frankie, when you merge it, sends a duck, gives you a stack. You can use it with Mari and get more stacks when you merge Frankies and Demos with the Mari ability. But primarily use it with Lucia and Mari. Lucia does way better job than Mari, because Lucia is literally inherently broken. So, yeah, thanks, My Games. Piece of shit company. But, yeah, that's my take on Frankie, one of the best units in the game. Frost, F tier. Don't need to explain it. Dryad. This is going to be a tier card as well. Dryad talents. Fury of Rage, not Growth. Rage. And not Carousel. Gift of Nature. You get a lot of damage stacks with Dryad. With Gift of Nature. You get a lot of Fury of Rages and get a lot of 2% damage bonuses that stack on top of each other. Dryad is literally also a staple. In decks as well. So, yeah. Nothing to say pretty much about Dryad. One of, the OG units since the beginning of time. Next, oh God. Do I even need to? I hate this piece of shit. I hope it jumps off a bridge. Demo. People are gonna say it's a skill issue. No, it isn't. It bails people out so hard. I cannot tell you how broken this thing is. Demo is literally, in my opinion, the most broken card I think I have ever seen in a game. The devs say it's niche. It's not niche. It's used in Frankie. It's used in that Inquis Toxic deck. It's used with Moloch, which is also Cancer. Demo with any deck will win. Because it has a damage bonus of 90%, which is ridiculous. And it gives monsters more armor than they're supposed to. And it's indestructible. Teleports to the front of the wave. Literally, you can have a wave that's like 3/4 of the way at like wave 16 or something, and it'll just insta-teleport. And it'll have like 3 archdemons, and you're dead. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, it's that inherently broken. Next, Spirit Master, D tier. It's just a boss killer, and that's literally its primary function. I wish Spirit Master was better. It's not. It's a pretty much an almost useless unit. Spirit Master is like one of the worst units in the game for DPS. Spirit Master, D tier. That's my take on it. Demon Hunter is F tier. Corsair, my boy, all the way up, all the way to the tippy top. My opinion, the most, if you hear meowing in the background, that's my overly loud cat. Overly loud. Yeah. But Corsair, best unit in the game, my opinion. Corsair literally can do 1.5 billion damage in wave 9, and it's level 10. Like, level 10 Corsair does that much. And a max Corsair does 2 trillion. But yeah, Corsair S tier, best DPS unit in the game, in my opinion. Cultist is D tier. Boreas is F tier. Everyone knows why Boreas sucks. Everyone knows why Cultist sucks. Bruiser is going in B tier. I could put it in low A tier. Sure, why not? Bruiser is a boss killer. Bruiser is a boss killer. Does a lot of damage on the Phantom. On the wave, it's not bad, but its damage scaling is pretty good. People run sword. Do not run sword. It is garbage. As I've said, it is in C tier for a reason. But Green Bruiser is still pretty good. Yellow Bruiser is better, though. If you want to use Yellow Bruiser, use Lucia with Witch, and you'll be doing a lot of damage. But anyway, that's my take on Bruiser. Very good unit. Underrated unit. Blade Dancer, ever since its buff, has gotten a little better. B tier. Low B tier. Blade Dancer, I know I'm taking a long-ass pause, but I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. Blade Dancer is mid. It's pretty good. It's mainly good against the Phantom. It's not good against the wave. Against the bosses, though, it's pretty good. But its damage scaling doesn't go that much. And that's my take on Blade Dancer. Banshee is mid. It's C tier as well. Banshee scales with Earth Elemental, yeah. I mean, you can use Mari. You can use Earth Elemental with Banshee, but still, I don't think Banshee's that great of a card. Um, People are gonna say it's an underrated card and it can beat anything. No, it can't. Its scaling is very limited and it doesn't do that well. It only has also a certain attack radius. But anyway, sorry for the. Now we are on to the heroes. Bestie, F tier, not really anything special. Captain, D tier, not really anything special. He does grant a speed boost and an attack boost, but that's really it. The common heroes are really trash. Elementalist. People are gonna flame me for this, but I think she's a B tier. In Aggregaton, she's pretty strong. In PvP, she's not bad for early beginners as a damage buff. But once you get into the higher arenas and people have like epic heroes, yeah, Elementalist can't compete. But its primary functions are pretty good. Its damage buff is okay. It does really well in Aggregaton. I like Elementalist. It provides a speed increase, and critical damage increase, I guess. Oh, and like a little bit of damage. But, yeah. She's not all bad. I mean, I like Elementalist. J. J is B tier as well, above Elementalist. J is pretty okay with 1 unit X. The only reason why it's good is because it's at level 100 and it's a hero item and people spent all their money on J when they could be spending their money on a legendary hero instead of a rare hero. But who's to judge? You know, hammers are impossible to get unless you spend a ridiculous amount of money. But, J is okay. Armor break, speed increase, damage increase. Critical damage increase, I should say. But, that's J for you. She's a 1 unit thing. Trickster. Why do people use Trickster? I'm putting him in C tier. The only good thing about him is he gives you more mana, and that's it. Like, he has a slow, he has more mana production, but, like, I don't see the point in using him. Like, people are using a level 100 Trickster, and they're thinking, yes, this is good. It's not. It doesn't provide you any more damage. It doesn't provide you any more critical damage or speed or anything like that, like J and Elementalist do. Trickster's just mana, and it's just a co-op hero. It's not bad, though. Epic Heroes, Gadget, B tier. It's not all bad. Gadget is not all bad, but, I don't like using Gadget. I mean, mine is low. All my heroes are low because, well, I don't spend, like, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in this game. I'm a free-to-play, so... But I know my knowledge, and I can tell you for one thing, in my opinion, Gadget is a B tier. Provides a speed, it provides damage and critical damage, but... it doesn't scale. It really doesn't scale that well. I mean, yeah. People are using Gadget Inquis. Yay, and it's doing only 10 billion. Yeah, you use Necro Inquis. It's doing over 250 billion damage. So, Gadget is not that great when it comes to a legendary hero. Mermaid is the best epic hero in the game. I'm gonna put her in A tier. Mermaid provides critical damage, speed, and regular damage. On top of that, she also gives a cleanse and a speed boost, and gives you more critical damage and regular damage with the hero item. So, yeah, I think Mermaid is an A tier, not close to S. Mermaid is literally the best epic hero in the game, though. Just in my general opinion. Flicker. Flicker is an A tier as well. I know, shocking. Flicker gives you board control, more damage for the whole board instead of it being like in a bubble. But Mermaid provides cleanse, and Flicker provides rank ups, which is what none of the other heroes other than Mari for epic heroes can do. He provides, I think he's better than Mermaid in my opinion. Not only does he gives more critical damage, he gives more damage overall. He gives an armor break, and he gives a rank up. And you can flicker swap, like you can swap flicker around, and you can force it to upgrade a witch. Which, like with automatic rank up decks, like if you have an ability and it automatically ranks up something, Flicker is your guy, bro. Flicker is your guy. If you can keep eating stuff, Flicker's your guy. I love using Flicker. Flicker's like almost the best epic hero behind Mermaid. And Flicker is like, he's basically a gunslinger as a hero. But that's my take on Flicker. I love Flicker. And Snowflake, C tier. She's just a toxic hero. She just freezes your unit. She's brain dead and she's no skill, but she provides no value. The only good deck with her is Meteor. And Meteor is almost completely useless because of Legendarity. Because they killed it. Because the devs don't know how to balance the game. But Snowflake isn't bad. It's just not very good anymore. It got a buff, it's still pretty useless. Last epic hero. Mari is gonna be B tier. Mari grants a critical damage increase. It can send monsters that are indestructible. But Mari is like pretty good with Banshee, pretty good with Bard. Bard is pretty trash though, in my opinion. I mean, he's not bad, he's not trash. It's just a mid card that I don't like using. But Mari is okay. It's a pretty niche and pretty good hero. The only like really good things that she has is her mana, and she grants a damage increase with those little jellies. So, if you get it up to like the max amount of slime charges, it'll grant you more damage. But it scales well with the wave, the jelly charges when it just sends like an almost billion health max armored with a couple of demos coming, and you're just unable to deal with it. Like, it increases the speed of the monsters and everything, and it's just like, god damn. But anyway, that's my take on Mari. Now we go in the Wallet Warrior heroes. Zeus, A tier, my god. Like, do I even need to say this? Zeus, level, like, 60 with a hero item. Like, it's almost impossible to beat legendary heroes in this game without the epic heroes having, like, a level 20 hero item with a max epic hero. But Zeus, pretty broken. Grants an attack speed buff, damage buff, crit damage buff. On the tile, they get a lightning strike. They do even more damage. And, you know what the best part is? You can rank shit up for free. But it's luck-based. But still, you can rank shit up for free. That's literally insane. Like, you could just tap an ability, and there you go. You can be lazy for the entire game. And just, you know, just do a lot more damage than everything else that isn't a legendary hero, and just dog walk them. But that's my take on Zeus, broken hero, in my opinion. Fortuna, A tier as well. Above Zeus though. Fortuna provides mana. It provides damage. It insta-kills the wave for you. It can deal percentage damage. And it can stun the bosses. Like, in Death Wave, that's literally S tier hero. Like, its damage increases pretty insane. And when you get 7 units on the field or more, there's 6 units now, but you can get 6 units on your board, and they deal extra critical damage, which is absolutely ridiculous. But they buffed Zeus and Fortuna. Now, the top 3 most AIDS cards in the game. We're going to start off with Big Bitch Necro. S tier, no question. Necro is absolutely broken as hell. Necro is literally the embodiment of a god. Necro is the embodiment of every sin in hell combined. I hope Necro proceeds to have demonic hands rip up from the ground and take him. A lot of people want Necro nerfed, but they're not going to nerf it because they want to support the Russian government. Anyway, that's just my take on Necro. S tier, broken hero, should be nerfed immediately. Lucia, same thing. But it literally just gives you mana, a damage boost. Literally, this is the second most broken hero in the game. Pretty much almost the most broken hero and the baddest hero. She is a 10 out of 10. I'm going to smash that shit. But, yes, I'm smashing Lucia. I want to. But anyway, apart from her physical capabilities in certain spaces, she's literally almost the most broken hero in the game. Literally everybody uses Lucia because she gives extra damage, a free shield for 4 units, 5 units that are in a setup, and she gives more damage, she gets more crit damage, she gives more mana, and she summons monsters that are indestructible later in the game. And that, with Frankie, is literally a nightmare. Lucia, with any deck, is literally broken. It's just literally a bailout hero. Literally just throw all of your credit cards into the hero, and the hero item, and you win. Lucia, second most broken. And the newest hero, which is the newest, is always broken. The last one of this video, all the way in the tippy top, the most broken thing in this game right now. Sim21. The butler for my games. Crit buff. Free shields. Free damage. Can delete shields out of existence. Can move shit for you. That's the one thing. It has a bot that can delete shields and move shit around. So literally, you don't need Gunslinger with Sim. You can literally just move shit around. Or you can merge it and just delete the shields off of the entire board. I mean, that's also a thing. I mean, like, literally, the newest stuff is always broken. But that covers everything I'll slowly scroll down just so you can see the whole list. This is the whole list if you want to keep looking at it. If you want to pause certain points.